Cheating is a choice.
This is P's in the pod.
To the P.
To the E.
To the A. How was your day? And welcome back.
Welcome
to
back.
another episode.
Thank you for tuning in. This is, what part is this now? I don't know. I can't even keep track. This is part 3 or part 2?
It's part 2. We had 2 episodes so far. The first one was an intro.
Yeah.
So
intro, part 1-ish, 2-ish.
Whatever part you want to call it. Just watch, you know?
Just welcome back.
Thanks for, joining us. Alright, so for those that follow us on Instagram, and if you don't, go follow us. That is P's in a Pod,
There'll be someone here on the screen.
In a Pod, with 3 underscores. Go follow us.
Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Period. So we did put some polls on our Instagram that has to do with our topics for today and what we're going to talk about. Let me pull it up real quick. Alright, so start off with the first question. I guess we can answer these two for what we think. Do you think cheating can be forgiven? That was 50-50 between yes and no.
I say 50-50.
I was surprised at that.
Yeah.
That it was 50-50, but I mean, I guess it's all depending on
it depends on the person.
level of it.
Alright, so what do you think? Yes or no?
What was the question again? Can cheating be forgiven? I mean, I think it can be forgiven. I don't know if you can move on.
That's the only question.
Okay.
It can be forgiven.
I think it can.
Yeah.
Alright, next question was, once a cheater, always a cheater. True or false? That was also 50-50.
That was 50-50.
What the hell? Agree? Once a cheater, always a cheater?
50-50.
I agree.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think people can change. That's just me. That I can see the benefit. That's me ignoring the red flags. Next question. Can you love someone and still cheat? That was different. So that was 20. So the choices were yes or no. 29% said yes, and 71% said no.
I don't think so.
No way.
No.
I don't think. I think if you love someone, you love them, and if you love them, how could you do something that you know is gonna hurt them?
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
If you're cheating on them, you don't love them.
Right. And then, back to our last episode. If you didn't see our last episode, go watch. We got a crazy listener write-in drama. Go watch it. But we did put a poll on to see who you guys thought, based on the story, who was in the wrong. Whether it was Emma, Nick, or Maya, or both Emma and Nick. Top vote was Emma and Nick.
Yeah.
70% voted Emma.
I agree with the Emma and Nick. They both played a part in it.
I think so. They were the ones in the relationship.
Yeah.
Maya had nothing to do with it. She was
an innocent third party.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, so that was our pose. Again, go follow us on Instagram. Alright, so today what we're doing is we're diving into the aftermath of cheating. Basically, like what happens after cheating, how a person feels after cheating. That's both sides. So the person who cheated and the person who got cheated on, how they feel. And then whether or not like a relationship whether it can be forgiven, cheating can be forgiven, and whether or not a relationship can work after cheating. Alright, so let's start with how cheating feels. Have you ever cheated? We talked about this, right?
Yeah.
No,
I never cheated, so I can't tell you how it feels. Yeah. But we did get a listener write in to tell us how they felt after cheating.
Yes.
So we can share that with you guys. Anonymous, because they want to remain anonymous.
Exactly. We
respect. Guys, this episode is going to be honest, raw, and maybe a little bit uncomfortable. But that's what we're here for.
So yes, this person was anonymous once again. Short response of someone who cheated. And this is their reflection. So they said, at first it felt like I had control. Like I was getting something I was missing, but afterward I was filled with guilt. I couldn't look at my partner the same way, and I hated the version of myself I had become. The emotional consequences were heavy: shame, regret, and this constant anxiety of being found out. I lost trust, not just from them, but in myself too. So this person cheated.
That is the cheater.
Yeah, she, I don't know if he or she is the cheater. They're anonymous.
Yeah.
So they basically reflected on
how they felt.
Yeah. And like open their own eyes basically to
which I think not as crazy, but being someone from the other end, right? maybe now looking at it differently, right? But before I would be like, they don't care. They really don't give a fuck about what they did. And they just, like, they don't feel bad, in my opinion. I always thought they don't feel bad, they don't care. Like, it didn't affect them because they were the one doing it. But, like, little do you know, that also affects them. Sometimes, it affects them because they had something good and then maybe they lost it. But you know what they say, it takes you to lose it to know what you have, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that could be part of it.
But what do you think about, like, those people who cheat and, like, it's just, like, nothing to them?
Nothing. I really don't think
I think they're narcissists.
They don't have a heart.
I think it's more of a power thing.
Yeah.
Like, they feel like they have a power over you.
Yeah.
I don't know. But narcissist comes out to being a narcissist, low-key, I mean, in my opinion.
If you don't care for someone else's emotions, if you don't care that you're hurting them in any type of way, I mean, then I feel like you're the problem.
But, okay, so from the other perspective, as someone who got cheated on, how would that feel?
I mean, I've never gotten cheated on, but if I would have, I mean, I would feel hurt. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to trust that person or maybe anyone else, for a while after. Like, I feel like that just breaks the bond of trust that you have.
So,
yeah. And you have, I mean, I don't know, I feel like you're just, but that's me. I haven't gone through it, so I don't know.
I haven't gone through it either, but it's the loyalty. Like, how, if I were to forgive you, right? Like, that's going to be in the back of my mind, like, oh, who he on the phone with?
The whole time, so, okay.
Oh, did he go to work?
Right.
He know with his boys. He not out there saving the world on PS5.
Exactly.
With the girl, bro, saving the world.
Right.
Superman.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been there. It sucks. And, like, for real, like, I am up here, right? Like, not to, like, sound cocky or anything, but, like, for someone who's sure about themselves and, like, confident, whatever, it literally, like, made me question everything. It, like you said, is he on the phone? Who is he on talking with? It made me crazy. Literally, I'm not, like, toxica. You the toxica one, right?
I got secrets and nobody.
I'm not. I'm chill. Whatever. It is what it is type shit. But when it came to that, I was questioning everything. I was pulling.
Well, I mean, but I feel like at that point, that's not really toxic. It's the insecurities.
But then that's what gets me upset. Not to cut you off.
No, yeah.
But, like, they'd be like, oh, she's toxic. She's toxic. Okay, but was she toxic before you did this to her?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, y'all be so quick to be like, she's toxic. She's this. But did you give her a reason to be like that? You know what I mean? If you didn't, then fair. You can say that. But, like, if you gave her a reason to be that way, watch your mouth. But, no, it sucks. Like, honestly, like, I was left questioning myself. You're left, like, comparing yourself to the other girl, right? Like, if you see what this person looks like, then I'm like, for me, honestly, in my situation, I was like, yo, what does he see in her? Like, cause, like, not to bash anybody, not to talk bad on any girl or anything else, but compared to how I was set in my life and, like, where I am in life, to compare how she is and where she was, you know, I was, like, confused, like, huh? It didn't make sense. It didn't add up. But then, again, I'm left questioning myself, like, trying to compare myself to her,
You're trying to figure out the why.
Yeah, like, why the fuck did you do that?
You didn't get... break here. This is P from P's in the Pod. I do just want to share something. As I'm editing this video, something just came to mind that I did want to share. If you are, or were in that situation where you were cheated on and you're questioning yourself whether, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Was it me? I'm going to stop you right there because I just want to let you know it has nothing to do with you at the end of the day. It has everything to do with this person, whether it be their dysfunction, their trauma, or their pain. That's what it is. It comes down to them at the end of the day. Nothing to do with you. So just wanted to share that with you. Also, if you are in this situation and you want to leave, you want out, but you feel guilty, do not feel guilty. You honestly, you should never feel guilty for someone who had every opportunity to treat you right but didn't. But with that being said, carry on to the video.
Yeah, like, why the fuck did you
and because you didn't get the why, you have to now comb through everything and try and figure it out.
Right. So it sucks because you're left, you're doubting yourself. Honestly, it was, when I found out, it was the worst feeling ever because I had no idea. But it was like, my heart literally sunk. Like I was like
you could feel. I mean, I haven't been cheated on, but like when you get a heartbreak, you can feel your heart.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
and then if it's this like the person that you love or whatever, you know, for them to do something like that unexpectedly, it was like, shit, damn.
And I think it also adds to the fact that you were with this person for at least 3 years.
Yeah,
so it wasn't.
So it was time
I mean,
invested.
Yeah, like okay, maybe had it been 1 year, yeah, it still would have hurt it, but it wouldn't have hurt it as much.
You know what I think hurts the most? He wasn't even that cute.
If I knew that this was going to be the outcome, like, I would have never done something like this, but you don't know when you're in the moment. Like, I just felt so stupid.
He wasn't even, like, to get played by somebody like that.
Yeah.
Enough said. Enough said. But no, it really, like, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah. Like you said, it makes you question everything.
A lot. Like, you question a lot. Then I was, again, I was in that situation where I tried to make it work. I was like, all right, we're going to look past this. We're going to make it work. Because I was invested, right? When you love someone, that's what you do. Maybe not everybody, but. I was left questioning, yo, are you really at work? And then I was on his ass the whole time. Yo, where you at? Who you with? But to the point where it drove me crazy.
And it also takes you out of your own character.
It literally took me out of character. I did not. It got to the point where I was like, I had to sit back, stop, and like, yo, who are you? Like,
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Right.
this is not Priscilla. Like, no. I was like, you know what? This is not even worth it. Not worth my time. Not worth my trust. Mija, you could have him.
Yeah.
Llévatelo lejos. Yeah. But no, I mean, it's not a good feeling. So, word of advice for those who do cheat, don't do it.
Don't do it. Think of the other person.
If you really want to be with someone else,
go. It's gonna hurt to let them go, but just let them go.
For real. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Exactly. And what I can say is that when you were going through that whole situation, I was like in the beginning stages of talking, right, with my boyfriend, and I remember that was one thing I was like, I'm not gonna put up with that. Like, well, not just you, but there was other things happening in our life, that I was like, I'm not gonna put up with that at all. And so for me, that was the like beginning conversation, like first conversation. Once we decided like, okay, this is gonna turn into something more serious, the conversation literally was like, if you ever feel like you don't love me anymore in this relationship, I would prefer that you tell me and I deal with the emotions then than find out later that either you left to be with someone else or
that's just crazy though, because I did that shit. I would tell
I know, but I'm saying,
if at any moment you're not happy with this, just let me know. I will open the door. That's fine. Maybe it'll hurt a little bit, but it's fine. We'll get over it, right? No, just played in my face.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, like, that's what I was getting to, is that once you in your life go through certain things or you experience certain things, your point of view and perspective changes on things.
For sure. I think it has affected how I see, not men necessarily, but yeah, maybe.
But like how you get into a relationship.
Maybe my guard is up for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry if y'all been in my life and my guard is up. Sorry.
Oh well.
It's a learning process.
She don't got that wrong wall that fell.
right. It's a process. I'm working on it for sure. But yeah, it definitely has changed my perspective on like whole world views kind of thing and like how I view things. I don't know.
But you also have to take time to build that trust again too. Obviously not with the same person, but you have to learn now how to trust again.
Right.
Without the instant like, oh, I'm gonna trust this person, but they're gonna do me wrong anyways. So it's a learning experience. It's a healing journey,
and I hope none of you ever have to experience it if you haven't. I hope y'all don't, because we busting windows out cars now.
Yeah.
We slashing 3 times.
Think it's a game.
What? 3, not 4, because insurance won't come.
Anyways.
Is it sugar or salt in the tank?
Baking soda?
I'm just playing. It's the green gas that goes in the car.
Green gas is crazy.
The Christmas tree gas. But no, there was something online from a therapist. Did see online a therapist explain that infidelity trauma can mirror symptoms of PTSD. So she's basically said that the brain interprets betrayal as danger, and then it throws your body into like survival mode, so like fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, I think as someone who cheats, right? Take your time to reflect. Do you even think about that shit?
Right. No, I mean.
Do you? No, you don't.
It's like they say, they don't think with this head, they think with a different one.
Mm-hmm. Bueno, girls cheat too. Well,
I'm not saying guys in general.
So, question for y'all. Because y'all haven't gotten cheated on, right? That's hypothetically speaking, if you, in this situation, if you were to have got cheated on, do you think it's okay as a person who got cheated on to get your lick back?
No, I don't think, because I believe in karma.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
it's whatever.
That counts as cheating?
Getting your lick back?
Getting your lick back.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah, you're cheating back.
I was just wanting to see how response to that.
We're good girls.
Alright, so when it comes to forgiving cheating, can you forgive somebody if they cheated on you?
I mean, I'll forgive them. I'm not going to stay with them.
You won't like try to make it right? How about you?
Sorry.
When it comes to forgiving, can you forgive somebody if you cheated on?
I think it goes back to, I can forgive them, but I don't think I could trust them. Like, I could be like, yo, you know what, we good or whatever, but to be together again with them, no. It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me. Because before, I guess it depends. If you're married, like,
no.
Even married?
No. If we're married, that's even worse. You stepped out on our vows that we made in front of our family, our friends, the church, and God. No.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Absolutely not. That's and you know what? And not for nothing. And to each your own, right? Everyone makes your own decisions. If you want to stay, you stay, right? You know what's best for you, and whatever. But if we're married and have kids, I'm not staying because of the kids.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Like, you stay just because we have kids.
You're gonna put a bad message into your kid's head that's what a relationship is supposed to be like.
Fair.
No.
So being married, right? And then if they cheated on you, and they're like, you know, I will never do it again. But like, up to what level will you take them back? That they've shown you.
No, I'm not taking them back at all.
No chance.
No, no chance.
I think I'm the same way.
You stepped out on our vows, on our promise, on our trust with each other. And if you, no matter how you cheated, you knew what you were doing. You knew you were married. You knew you were in a relationship. And you knew that what you were doing is wrong. So why should I have to?
You don't have to.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, why should I be like, okay, well, maybe I'll give them a second chance. No, for what? You had your first chance and you messed up. You fumbled the bag. You fumbled the ball. Both of them.
You could have had a bad.
What about the scenario where we know these are real people? We're going to get them anonymous. That they both cheated on each other. They were only married for a year. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know you're talking about.
They were only married for a year. They cheated on each other, and that's it.
And then they were done.
And they were just done.
Well, I think that situation, they cheated on each other, but one cheated to get their lick back.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
But doesn't make it okay.
Right.
I think, I could be wrong, but I'm almost 99% sure that's what happened.
Okay.
The way I feel about getting your lick back, right, is, do I feel like it's cheating? Yeah. But the way I see it, if you're going to do it, right, do it in the same time frame that they cheated. Don't do that shit like 7 years later and be like, oh, because you cheated on me 7 years ago.
Remember what you did?
No, you decided to continue life with them, so you forgave them. Then you need to move on from it and start fresh. Do it. Is it wrong still? Yeah, because you're still cheating. But that's just how I see that situation.
An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, right?
Exactly.
So it doesn't make it even.
No.
You cheating, it maybe, you know, I don't even think it's going to make you feel better, because, like,
it's not. I mean,
you just, like, brought yourself lower, right? To match this person's energy. It's not, maybe it'd be like, haha, I did it to you too, bitch, like, type shit, but not, like, and at the end of it, I don't think it's gonna make you feel.
It's not gonna make you feel better.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If you've done it, comment down below and let me know. But like, I don't think it's gonna make you feel a better person. If anything's gonna, maybe then you fuck around. You had maybe in that situation. I think what happened, that one person cheated, then they caught feelings for somebody else. So then that's an even bigger mess.
That's
then.
even worse. Yeah.
Right. So now you just bringing too much drama.
Yeah.
Just leave if that's the case.
Yeah.
But as far as I have forgiven, right, and like try to make it work. So I think it's not easy.
Do you think okay, so now, however many years later, let's say however many years from now or however long from now, you get into another relationship, not to say the same thing's going to happen, but what if it happens again? Will you again give them the benefit of the doubt, give them a second chance, or are you like for sure like, nope, that's it, next?
I say no, right? That's me. But I know how I am. I know that nobody's perfect.
Right.
We're not perfect. Granted, if I'm going to be in a relationship, they are going to know, right? Listen, this is what happened to me in the past. I would hope they wouldn't do that.
Right.
But again, we're human. We make mistakes. I think
Is it a mistake though, or is it a choice? Cheating isn't a mistake. I didn't mistakenly sleep with another man.
No, I mean, okay, fine.
Because that cheating is a choice in the beginning.
It's a
choice.
All right, okay, fine. We make stupid choices sometimes.
Yeah,
we make stupid choices. We do. I'm not perfect. No one is. So
Right.
I say no, right? Like straight up, no. I ain't doing that shit again. I think I might. Knowing me, like
I mean, that's fine.
Knowing me as a person, I'm the kind of person that would like try to make things work at the end of the day, right? Whatever it takes. But it's not gonna be just like, all right, I forgive you type. No.
Right.
It's gotta be. But the thing with forgiving someone for cheating, I could sit here and say I forgive you, whatever. But if I'm bringing that shit back up,
Yeah, you gotta forgive and forget.
Right.
Kind of, in a sense. Obviously, you don't forget.
That's why
you can't forget.
I've seen that.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't throw it back in their face later on.
Right. That's if you're going to forgive someone and keep them around when they're cheating. You literally have to forgive them. Leave it at that. It is what it is. You guys talk about it. You deal with it. You work on it. Whether that's going to therapy, whether that's talking it out, however you guys choose to deal with it.
Move on. Yeah.
But as the person who got cheated on, you have to then take the steps to just let it go. Don't bring it back up. Don't mention it again. And you're literally looking past that. Like,
and that's why I say I can't forgive them because I'm gonna bring it up.
And even though I joke around, be like, "But you remember this time when you was texting your phone and you was cheating on the other girl, cheating on me with the other girl?"
For me, it's gonna be that lack of that trust that is broken.
It's
For
hard.
me, once you break trust with someone, you can't build it. Me personally, I can't build that trust back up with you again. Like
as a Leo, loyalty.
As an Aries.
And as a Gemini, I had another one whole time in the back. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm kidding. But,
she said next.
Right. Thank you.
I was waiting. I was
No, but for me, I'm that person that's gonna be like, well, they're on their phone constantly. Who are they texting?
But I think that was part of the problem is that
your route from home to work is 3 miles. So your gas tank says 7. That's an extra 4 miles. That's me.
13 where Ace had those traffic at that time.
Exactly. Clear skies, clear roads.
I think my heart is just too big, y'all. No, I think so. Fuck you. Yo,
Alright.
I think I lost the train of thought.
For real, what the fuck? I think, yeah, so would I be able to forgive someone now if it happened to me again?
Yeah.
Yes. But with forgiveness, now comes the other person, right? The one that cheated, you're gonna ask me for forgiveness. I'm not gonna ask you to beg me and bend on your knees and shit. I'm not gonna sit here and ask you to beg for my apology or kiss my ass at that point, right? Like you're overcompensating now because you did wrong.
Right.
But it takes accountability. You have to own up to your shit. You gotta own up to your shit, and then from there on, you really gotta prove to me that it ain't happening again. For sure. I mean, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You ain't about to do it again. Do it one time, done. Second time, thank you, next. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's one and done for me.
You got 2 strikes. This ain't baseball. You got 2 strikes with me at least. So yeah. I think, I don't know. That's my opinion. That's me.
That's you, yeah. What are you guys, how do you guys think you would handle that? Put your
Or
responses in the
how have you
comments.
handled it?
If it happened to you.
Right.
Yeah, put your comments down below. We would like to know.
But okay, so when it comes to forgiveness,
Mm-hmm.
do you think forgiveness is more for the person who cheated or for the person who got cheated on?
Forgiveness? Like
do you think...
Forgiveness is for the person who cheated.
Okay.
Peace of mind is for the person who got cheated on.
Okay.
Because you did me wrong. What I gotta say sorry for?
Yeah.
Because you lacked communication? Because that's the thing, not all the time we have like there's like this stigma out there that, oh, they cheated because they saw another chick, or because you know, whatever. No, like we saw in our readers write-in, you know, it was a lack of communication, lack of like attention, that the person was lacking attention from their partner, and instead of communicating that to their partner, they just went out and decided to be single. Nick.
Not Nick. Why did Nick Candy got all these kids?
I know. But so I think that you didn't have the decency to come and have that communication, that open communication. Listen, this is what I feel is lacking. If you have that communication, it's still wrong to cheat, right? But if you have that communication with them and your partner doesn't improve on that, or doesn't show you that, okay, I hear you, I understand, I'm gonna do better for us and whatever, then I'm not saying that it's okay to cheat, but then that person shouldn't be asking for forgiveness if they told you from the jump, listen, this is what's going on, you know, and you didn't change or whatever. So yes. So our anonymous reader who wrote to us from earlier about how they felt after they cheated, also wrote to us about if they felt like they deserved to be forgiven, and if they had continued the relationship.
They did?
They did.
Okay.
So they continued the relationship. How did the relationship like feel, or like continue? Like, was it the same as before, or how different it was? So this reader has said, I wanted to be forgiven, but deep down I knew I didn't fully deserve it. I broke something that couldn't be put back the same way. Even after they tried to forgive me, the relationship was never the same. There was always a gap, a quiet tension, and a part of them I couldn't reach anymore.
That's when the person closes up.
Yeah.
Because of trust.
And that's the thing, they have every right to do that because you fucked them over. Like, I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah. You did
but
it
it
wrong.
seems like, you know, honestly, it seems like this, I don't know, guy or girl, whoever it is.
Right. Yeah.
That they are reflecting on that, and they know that they're in the wrong.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't think there's any fixing it from here on out. That's hard. It's like you said, once that trust is broken,
you have to both agree to build it back, right? And obviously that's going to take time, energy, therapy, whatever it may be. But
I think that was part of my problem, is that I tried to make it work, right? Boom, it happened, done. All right, we're going to make this work, right? But I could never forget. Right. It was always on the back of my mind. It's always going to be on the back of my mind. Always. Yeah. And I was just like, all right. Even us sitting here together, like, we were hanging out, literally just left. And I'm like, are you sure he's home?
Right.
And I'm not the one to do that. I'm not like, send me your location, where are you? I'm not. I just...
Right.
I'm not
and I feel like
shit.
In a relationship, if you ever get to that point in a relationship, then you should be questioning, should I even be in this relationship anymore? You know, because that right there is a sign that the trust that you guys have either with each other or one person with the other is definitely gone. So yeah, well, it's always gonna be. That's why for me, I cannot. I'll forgive you, right? You ask me for forgiveness, I'm going to forgive you all day, every day. But I'm not going to continue the relationship because I don't have the time and energy to sit here and play the game of what if.
It's draining.
No, like
I literally lost myself.
yeah.
I lost myself in trying to do that.
And I don't want to wake up feeling like that
Right.
all the time. You know?
And
When I
obviously
tell you, I lost sleep. I lost everything.
Yeah,
Like,
obviously-
you know how I put it? I lost myself in loving someone.
Right.
It's just like
It's
that.
easier said than done, right? Like they always say, but I just know myself, and I know that I know what I can and can't put up with, and I'm not putting up with it.
And you shouldn't know. I mean,
Yeah.
like when you, especially for a bum ass motherfucker.
And like I said, for me, it's more if I hadn't gone through certain life situations, maybe I might have stayed, right? Because certain things that happened in life changed my perspective on it, like I said. So maybe before, all that stuff happened, maybe I would have been like, oh no, I'll forgive them, But now, no, I'm not.
I think, you know what?
And I'm not saying it's not gonna hurt either. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be hurt. I'm not saying I'm this freaking piece of steel that don't got no feelings or whatever. No, it's gonna hurt. But I would rather just move on with the hurt, deal with it, and not have to deal with the hurt, move on, and then keep wondering what if, you know?
It was just, I don't know if it's like if it's a Latina thing. I don't know if culture has to do with that at all.
Right.
But, like, being in a Latina, I was a Latina in a relationship with a Puerto Rican. I should have seen that flag to begin with. But I think in my situation, I've seen it happen in growing up, right? So, not to call you out, Wella or Wello, but I've seen it before, right? With my grandparents. My grandfather cheated on my grandma. So, growing up as a child, I was like, well, if they could make it work, why can't I?
Right.
I think that was part of it, No, it's not nothing to do with culture, because that's every there's other culture that do it, but
I think it's just life, things that happen in life,
right?
Events that happen that that you see growing up, that you see on a constant day to day. That those certain things mold your perspective, your perception on certain things. You know.
Sure.
Yeah, because mine is a different story. I saw my dad cheat on my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I was like, I don't want to get married. I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
Fair.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did. It changes everything after growing. Yo, if you're raising kids like this.
And that's why I said sometimes people think, oh, well, we got kids, so let's stay together for the kids. What are you showing them? You're showing them that even if it doesn't work, even if you don't love this person, you have to stay with them because you have kids.
Which is not, honestly, raising kids, when it comes, I don't have kids, so I really can't talk, but this is just my opinion, right? When it comes to raising kids, I think it's better to raise them in 2 separate homes where they're both loved versus 1 toxic home.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion. So, I mean, if you're watching this and you're just staying there because of the kid, what good is that doing you? Exactly. At the end of the day, what good is that? Not only you, but your kid as well.
And at the end of the day, your kids should come first anyways.
Right.
They should be the love of your life. Like, they should be your number one. So you should be thinking about them over yourself to begin with. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I mean, it's obvious that that's how it should be. So
Agreed.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, but it changed how you know what it changed. It really changes how you look at everything. And once I was done, I was like, oh, okay. So after the cheating finished, right? The aftermath or whatever. I was like done. I was like, all men are cheater, all men are trash. Right. Fuck the Puerto Ricans. I ain't messing with them ever again. Like, it was like that. I was standing on business on that, like. But that has nothing to do with it. It's just the person themselves. Like, stay, right? Okay. There are sometimes people who stay in this situation or in relationships like that because they depend on that other person.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Thank God I am an independent queen out here and did not have to do that. If you are up here, girly, or guy, you know your worth, right? And they're just bringing you down. Honestly, they're just holding you back. They are holding you back from whatever you could potentially do in life.
And I think it goes back to a few episodes ago when we were talking, I think maybe like our first or second episode, and I remember saying, like, in a relationship you have to constantly be growing as a couple, but also individually. You can't just depend on someone else. Like, you can't expect for that person to mold you. You have to mold yourself. You have to be you 100% before you can give 100% to someone else. You know, you have to know your morals. You have to know yourself. Know what you like, what you don't like, what you stand for, what you don't stand for. You have to know all of that first before you give and pour into someone else's cup. And for this reason also, because if something what happens for the water. But for this reason also, you know, if something happens where either you get cheated on or you cheat, whatever, maybe they might take you back, maybe they might not, but where are you going to go after that? Who are you going to depend on after that? Yourself, you know? Yeah, you have your group, your family that's going to support you, your support system and everything, but at the end of the day, you're going to go through the emotions and everything by yourself, you know? So you have to be you first before you be with someone else.
So, that leads us to the big question.
What's the big question?
Can a relationship still work after cheating?
I think...
Short answer? I think sometimes.
I think it depends, yeah.
It depends.
I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no, but I think it depends.
Sometimes. I think
it depends if the person forgives, forgets, and the other person shows with their acts, with everything, that they truly did change, and together you guys are changing and evolving into a new relationship. Then I think then it might work.
right.
If both parties are putting in the work. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we've seen couples who went through therapy, they did the work, and then they come out like more connected than ever sometimes, you know. But I don't know. We've seen others where it was just damage. The damage was too deep.
It's done. Yeah.
It's done. There was no fixing it.
Yeah.
But it all depends. There's a quote. And it says, rebuilding after betrayal is like constructing a house from scratch. You need new blueprints, new materials, and a stronger foundation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright guys, so I think that wraps it up for our cheating series.
Yep.
Be sure to watch the other 2 parts that goes along with it. You know, let us know what you guys think. Share your stories, share your experiences, whether that's email. We're going to put our email here. Somewhere here.
Somewhere on the screen.
Instagram DM. If you have our numbers personally, text us. You know, no judgment. Again, this is a judgment-free zone.
Exactly.
We want to hear your stories though. We want to hear your experiences. If you need advice or have a question, if you're in a situation right now where you're like, yo, I don't know what to do, we don't have to put on an episode, but like feel free to reach out to us, because like, you know, we're like your big sister, little sister type shit. You know, like your tia's here.
Ohana.
But feel free to, if you need advice, feel free to reach out to us and let us know. We would tell you our opinion, how we think you should handle it. Again, we can't tell you what to do. That's on you at the end of the day. But if you need that advice, feel free to reach out. Yes. Do not be shy.
Yep.
But until then, I mean, like I said, we want to hear from you. Have you been through the aftermath of cheating? Did your relationship survive?
Did you cheat?
Let us know on our Instagram. Let us know for sure. Or email us anonymously. But thank you for listening to
Thank you so much.
Peas in the Pod.
Peas in the Pod.
Where the truth always comes in 3s, guys. It's been real. To the B.
To the E.
To the A. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Sure, if you cheat, if you get cheated on, I'm so sorry.
That's where I'm gonna go next. Home Depot, get lost in the aisles. See if I find my mans.
Don't do it. Back to the quote, like I don't know, something that just popped in my head, like how we were saying earlier. You know, you can't continue to throw in the person's face that you know, they cheated on you and whatever after you forgave them. But you also can't throw in their face how you forgave them all the time. Like, oh, remember when I forgave you for this? Remember when I forgave you for that? You know, because like I got good memory, but to be throwing that in people's faces, like that's not fair either. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I can't move forward. I can't forget. I still remember that my aunt from Staten Island, she owed me a VTech laptop. I still wanted it. They updated them.
Right,
I don't forget.
No, we don't forget, because this was, shout out to Awilda. You owe us a trip to where David Buster's. Everybody else in Jamaica's 15?
Yeah.
We still waiting. We
Yeah,
didn't
wait.
forget.
It's been 10
And you
years
said you're
later.
gonna pick us up in a limo.
Period. She did.
It's been 10 years later, but Monday's got unlimited bonus wings.
Yup,
For that.
exactly.
Yep.
We still love you, though.
And my parents owe me a trip to Disney. I don't care if you're separated or not.
We're still waiting.
Anyway.
But it's some things that we be forgetting, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to that, you know, sometimes I have a little bit of dementia. What is it? No.
Yeah, I got early onset Alzheimer's.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
dementia.
You got
Who's you? Who the fuck are you?
I'm the P.
How the fuck y'all got in my house?
We be forgetting.
What are you doing here?
We forget what we want to forget.
What are we
Exactly.
doing right now? OnlyFans?